In the House of Commons this afternoon, the Prime Minister, Mr. Churchill, said, "What General Weygand called the Battle of France is over. The Battle of Britain is about to begin."
Hi everyone. Yeah, this came through the post the other day. I've been wanting this kit for quite a long time, and I thought we'd take a really good close look at it, because when I looked on YouTube and that, it's basically just the Airfix kits that you see. You don't really see anything by Trumpeter. We've got the 124 scale Spitfire, so I thought we'd take a look and check it out. So we'll be right back. Just before I do get all the parts out as well, it says there's 231 pieces to this, and it also contains photo etch as well, with 10 sprues. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'll reposition the camera and we'll crack on. So hopefully guys, all this is in shot for you, because there's quite a lot. We'll start off, I think, with the fuselage, which is over here. When I opened the box, some of the framework here was actually broke, so I've had to glue that back. Which, it's not 100% perfect, but to be honest, I'm not bothered, because it just looks like someone's actually taken a hammer to it and tried to straighten it out after a battle. So stuff like that, with this build, it's not going to be a major deal. But if you take a look at this, I mean, it's spectacular. This literally is like a rivet counter's wet dream. It's just absolutely covered in rivets. Especially when you get to the size of the wings over here. I mean, they're just huge. So it's got to be at least 1.5 feet, I would say. But hopefully the camera's picking all that out for you. But it's just absolutely covered in detail. That's going to be absolutely fantastic to paint up and weather up. You've got all your gun ports, all your access panels here. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. If we move on to this sprue, which is mainly, I would say, your engine block. Yeah, so that'll be the top section there, and then you've got your actual block there, and that's the framework for it. And I think this kit actually gives you two options. You can either have the 3 propeller, or there's the 4 propellers. And on this sprue you've got like your machine guns, your Browning machine guns and stuff like that, and your bullet belts and stuff like that. So it's really detailed. You've got like interior cockpit detail in there. You've even got, I'm guessing that maybe, I can't imagine it being a wooden seat, but not sure about that. I'll have to check on that. Them two go together, so I don't know. I'm not sure about that. It must be the seat or something, or at least something in the cockpit. Again, we come to this again, and just the amount of rivets on here. There will be someone out there that has probably counted these. I've left this one in the bag, so I think there was a loose piece in this one, but you get a bomb with this one as well, which is there. But really cool details. The wheels look especially nice. We've got under the wing details. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I've even taken the clear parts out for obvious reasons, but we've got a nice little cluster here which looks really cool. Now, my cat's, you know what, I haven't seen that bit yet. Oh, it might be in the other bit, because there's another section to go through yet. But you don't get a decal, you get like a plastic film which will go over this, and it's got all your gauges printed onto it. So that's dead easy, just to put like a warm white behind that, and then all these gauges are going to light up really nice. The canopy looks really crisp and clean. As for the cowlings at the front, I'm not going to be probably using them. I'm still going to paint them, but they're not going to be attached, because I don't see the point of detailing out the engine and then covering it up with a piece of plastic. I'd rather, because I want to plumb all this up. I want to use magnet wire, different gauges of wire. We'll be using a ton of hairspray on this to chip up the headers and stuff like that. I want it to look really, really cool. As for these machine guns here, I have a replacements for these, so if you've seen my pictures on Facebook and that, you've already seen them. I'm in two minds on whether to get some aftermarket decal sheet for this or not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, like, but it looks really nice. You've got all your little detailed little sections on there, all your warning markings and stuff like that. I don't think I'll be using the tips, because on this particular Mark 6, when you put the wings together, I don't know where it'll be. I think if you can just make out that line there, there's like a faded line. You're supposed to chop the wing right there, I'd imagine, and then these sections just pop on the end, basically like that. But I don't think I'm going to do that, because I think it looks a bit daft in a way, and it kind of ruins the shape of the Spitfire. So I'll probably just won't bother with that. I'm definitely going to be doing my own thing with it. But getting back to the engine and all that detailed stuff, your exhaust pipes are actually here, and they're all separate, which is pretty good. They are hollow to a certain extent. They all fit onto this little bracket here, I'm guessing. And I want to drill these out, because the engine block is going to be, I'll have a motor in it to run the prop. I also won't mind putting some LEDs inside the exhaust tips, because, you know, it's a Spitfire. On the startups there's flame and all sorts coming out of them, so I'd like to try to replicate that. So these might have to be scratch built, maybe out of some aluminium tubing or something like that. I don't know yet. We could maybe recreate the shape of it, but they'll have a tube going through it for the next bit, which is I want to put a smoke generator in, and I'm going to have to try and figure out a way of plumbing the smoke generator with using like a tube or something to actually get it put into the engine block somehow. Obviously this needs to be completely sealed apart from the exhaust section, so all the smoke can escape where it should, and then as the propeller's starting up, that should blow that smoke back, and we should get a proper good startup sequence. Because I've got a sound file at the moment which is the Merlin engine, the startup, where it's coughing and spluttering because it didn't really want to go. So we'll have that going with LEDs mounted inside the exhausts, which, well, it'd be SMDs, just, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, just there, look, they'll be inside just there. So they'll be spluttering away, smoke will start to come out, and hopefully as the propeller kicks in, it's going to blow all that smoke, draw it all out of the engine block, and hopefully we'll get something that looks really realistic. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but you know, I'm not planning on building this just yet anyway. But it just came through the post, and I thought, you know, I haven't actually seen anyone do the Trumpeter kit. It's always been Airfix. If you turn the wings over, you even get detail on the inside as well. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. It looks really nice, and I am really looking forward to actually getting on with it. It was just that weird piece of frame rail there that had snapped. I'm not sure what had happened with that, but I'm very cautious, so I've glued it back anyway, and we'll try and clean it up the best we can. But we don't want to clean it up too much because we want it looking a bit battered. yeah, we just got like, I think that's the top of the engine cowl maybe, or it could actually be the bottom. I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't really gone through the instructions of it really. We've got a paint guide here, which is pretty nice as well. But you see, I'm just not a fan of this point. I much prefer just the curve that it has. I prefer that profile to the plane, I think, so I'm probably going to go with that. But yeah, all your colour call outs. I think it's Mr. Colour. Yeah, Mr. Colour paints these ones. But I mean, basically you can do it all in Tamiya's. I think I've got most of the colours that I need. So I'm going to put all these parts away for now, because we've got another section to get through. But yeah, if you just looking at all the details that are on this thing, it's really, really nice. I'm really looking forward to getting going with it. The trouble is, I get too excited over one thing, it's like I haven't finished the other one yet. I've still got the time machine to do. But yeah, I think I've been looking for an excuse to watch Battle of Britain, so I'm going to go ahead and watch that, I think, either tonight or tomorrow or something, just get some ideas together. Because I want it on the landing field, because the kit comes with 3 resin figures, which we're going to get to in a minute. But you don't have a pilot that's sitting, which is a shame, and I can't really find one. But I don't think it really matters, because I'm planning on having. You might as well have all these open, because you got the 20mm machine gun here, which we're going to detail that out, and then you got your 2 Browning machine guns here. So they're all going to be open. The engine cowlings are all going to be open. Even though they're clear, I'm still going to paint them, I think, and just have them laid on the floor like they're working on it and trying to like fire it up. So I'll probably get myself some more of them Fujimi mechanics. See if I can convert some of them into some engineers and mechanics. Right, I'm going to put all this stuff away and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we're back. Yeah, that's that little film that I was telling you about. It's got all the, if I move it up, try and move it away from that sellotape, but it's got all the gauges on there. That's going to light up really nice. And we also have some photo etch. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, maybe the flaps or something like that. I'm not sure if that's going to get used, because I do have a replacement part. But we also get a little baggie here with some springs. Now I think the springs are for the suspension, and we also have some metal rod as well, which I think will be probably for the engine block maybe, just to add some detail to that. So that's pretty cool to have that. And then we've got our nice rubber tyres, and we also have other detailed parts here which I think are for the engine block also. I think that's all the plumbing for the top of the engine block. Whether or not I use that or not, I don't know. We have like pipe work and stuff like that, so probably some of it will be getting used. It might be also a cockpit detail as well maybe. But getting on with these, because these are just, I think these are fantastic. The resin figures are just, they're the best. So you got this little dude here, which is really heavily detailed. You can see all like the sheep, the wool on his jacket there and on his collar. Looks really, really nice. And all the creases in his clothing, so he's going to paint it really nice. I really like his boots as well. And he's got a bit of a crazy hairdo, a bit like me. So that's pretty cool. I like him. Then we do get a pilot. So maybe this is the pilot guy that's just stood around waiting for his plane to be fixed. Complete with a little mask there as well. But you can see all like all the wiring and tubing and that for his oxygen mask and what have you, and radio. Nice level. of detail on it, and you know, yeah, I'm really liking that. But this is the dude that I wanted to tell you. This guy's like an officer or something that's probably just overseeing what's happening. Now, I know that he's supposed to have a cigarette. Now on mine, that's broke off. I don't know where it is, because it wasn't in the packaging, so maybe it happened before. I don't know. A bit of clean up there, a bit on his legs like. But I'm not too fussed, because what I thought I might try and do is drill through this guy, through his hand there, and put a fibre optic in there, and have an orange flickering LED, so his little cigarette will be lit. I thought that might be quite funny if he just stood there. That's if I should be able to drill that, because it's fairly straight, so I can just drill straight down into there and then straight up his leg there, and we should be able to thread a fibre optic through that. So this dude will be just smoking, smiling away, and he actually looks like he's missing a few teeth there as well. Looks a bit like Goofy, I don't know, but I thought they were pretty cool. Because when I was looking for this kit, I noticed that some on eBay especially, like, they put pictures up of what you're getting, and on quite a few of them these resin figures weren't shown, so I didn't bother with that one, because I think the kit usually retails for about £90 or £95, and I got this for about 55, which I thought was a bargain really, and it had the picture of the resin figures, so I knew that I was getting them, so that's pretty cool. Bought myself a stencil, which we'll get to in a minute, but in this one what I've went and got was the 20mm machine gun. So these are really detailed metal, but it's really machined out as well, so I'd imagine it's like the heat sink just to cool the barrel off, but it's all cut out and that, so that's going to look really cool attached to the machine gun. And because it's landed and the flaps would be down, I got the photo etch set to go with this as well. So a lot of work. All these need to be glued into position and all that lot, so it's going to be a bit of a pain, but that's going to just add a bit of extra detail. Plus you've got all the rivets on this as well. Have to be careful because it's really sharp. But getting back to the stencil that I just showed you a second ago, yeah, when I've seen people weather planes up, and you know, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with this or anything like that, but they tend to follow the panel lines and just with black paint, and it's just straight lines all the way through. But the thing is that they make it all uniformed, so when you come to paint it, it just looks like one panel or something, you know, it's all the same. So I thought what I'd get is like a stencil for mottling. So I'll spray the plane silver, probably add my hairspray at that point, and then with black paint and this stencil pick out panels, spray through the stencil, use different parts obviously because you don't want the same pattern repeating, because again panels don't weather the same, and just keep going. It's going to be very time consuming, but I think in the end it's going to look really cool, because you're going to have distinctive panels. Some panels are going to look cleaner than others, so when we do our top coats over, the black's going to come through and it's going to give us a mottled paint look. That's my plan on that anyway, but I'm really looking forward to this one. So I got a bit carried away and I've ordered the B17 Memphis Belle 1/48 scale by Revell. So I ordered that today, so that should be here I think by the 4th or 5th of July. So if that turns up, we'll probably go ahead and just review that one as well. Seeing as though I've got literally nothing to do until this lightning board's sorted, for the time machine. I can't really move on because I've still got Ecto 1 to start. That'll be probably the next one, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy with what I've got. I'm looking forward to getting these machine guns mounted. I did have a look in the instructions and it says you've got to drill out the plastic and put this like little shaft in there and glue it in there. I don't know how successful that's going to be. It might be better with just a piece of aluminium tubing maybe or something like that, just to support them a bit better. But yeah, that's basically this review done. I hope I haven't kept you too long, but there's quite a lot to get through. And obviously when I do start building this, you're going to see a lot more of it as well. So yeah, I'll catch you later. So guys, I hope I didn't bore you too much with that. I do get bored with box reviews myself really sometimes. But yeah, really happy with that. And I'm looking forward to starting it. So we'll catch you in the next one, which I'm not sure what that'll be, but we'll catch you later anyway. See you later.